I'm Nimesh Patel.
Hi, I'm Pritesh Patel, and we are directors of Downhall Care Limited, which we've owned and run for 4.5 years, and also directors of Glebe House Retirement Home, where we're directors, and we've been owners of that care home for just over 6 years.
So when we first went into the sector, the strategy was leaflet dropping, newspaper advertisements, and advertising in magazines.
That's for the first care home.
Yeah, and this I think was the strategy from years before. We continued with this, but we weren't getting many leads, we weren't getting many phone calls. Managers were phoning hospitals and all around and so on as well. Then we took over the second care home, 2019.
March.
And we tried the same, so advertising, because both care homes are in village locations, so we advertised locally and so on, but still there was no effect in terms of the marketing.
Downhall, when we initially took over in March 19, we're getting 1 lead a month, and even that lead wasn't relevant.
At Downhall, our beds from 38, so it's registered for 38, that dropped down to about 21, and we were getting 1 lead a month, and going on percent wise, you'd probably only be able to fill 1 bed every 3 months, which in the care sector, that's not good enough to sustain it moving forward. At the other care home, because we weren't getting many leads, so maybe 1 a month as well, our manager and deputy were phoning around the local hospice, the hospitals and so on, to try and get a hold of social workers. So it was taking up a lot of our manager's time as well. So since Prosperwell, initially we were 50-50, me and my brother, whether to go ahead or not, because it was an investment to make, but we were thinking, our beds are down to 21, have we got that money to throw into the marketing?
And will it work?
Because
so we have no idea of digital marketing. This was all new to us, so I think Nimesh pulled the trigger and said,
I said that let's give it a go for 6 months and see what happens. And we were so grateful we did make that decision to go with Prosperwell. Straight away, I think after the initial 2 months, once everything was completely set up, we started to see, instead of 1 lead a month, we started to see 4 or 5 leads a month, continually picking up to a stage where we were getting up to 10, 12 leads a month. And now, if you look at it now, we're probably getting close to 15 to 20 leads a month. So we are so grateful for Prosperwell and the team for doing such a fabulous job with the marketing side. I don't think we could be here without them. So during COVID, we had a really tough time. So we just started with Prosperwell in 2019, I'd say summertime. 2020 March, COVID hit. We dropped down to 13 beds. Unfortunately, we lost a few residents and so on. Luckily for us, we had Prosperwell with us on our side. Within a matter of 3 months, we got the beds back from 13 beds up to 26 beds. Now, to achieve that, if you ask anybody in the care sector, that's unachievable, even through a 12-month period. So we were so grateful. In our other care home, we'd lost 3 residents, and I think we got that back up to full capacity within 6 weeks. So Prosperwell, they do a fabulous job.
I think they understand our business. Like, I think there's many digital companies out there, but they don't understand the care market. They market for fashion or whatever. So with Prosperwell, they only do the care sector, so they know exactly who to market to.
The other thing is, remember, it's a niche area, and you need that compassion and emotion in there as well. It's not an item. You're dealing with human beings, and I think that's where Prosperwell really do deliver.
Need to get off the fence.
There's only one way you have to jump, and that's towards Prosperwell.
And digital, you have to go digital marketing, right? We've tried the leaflet drops, the newspaper where we'd advertise just a picture of the care home. People don't want to see that anymore. They want to see the good stories that happen in these care homes. They want to, and you have to have a physical, digital presence.
The other thing going back is Prosperwell, they are actually ahead of their time in regards to the marketing, because they're always looking at new things. One thing was the live chat, which has made a huge difference to both of our websites.
I think they're 2 years early.
The portal, where it gives us and the managers access to go back to multiple years if we want to go back to inquiries. It's made our job a lot easier. The managers, it doesn't take much time for the managers. They were spending hours, probably 10 hours a week, chasing inquiries. Now with a touch of a few buttons, because of Prosperwell, within an hour they can go through all the inquiries. So
plus, as owners, we can monitor the inquiries, because sometimes you could have a bad manager who, in terms of running a care home, it's easy to run a care home with less beds. So, and as owners, you need occupancy height. So if they're trying to pull a fast one, we know exactly that we've had these inquiries here. What has she done? Has she chased them, followed them up?
everything can be tracked with the system Prosperwell have got in place.